R.C. Davis sitting down with Golden State All-Star David Lee and his best friend Mike Bommarito for Warriors TV. Welcome to Oakland, Mike.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
So you guys have grown up together since you were like 5 years old back in St. Louis?
Yeah, started Little League Baseball and then got to know each other and ended up going to high school and stuff like that together and been great friends ever since we were little.
Did you give him that shiner?
No, but maybe back in the day I would have. I used to tell people that I was always better than Dave at sports until about, I don't know, 8, and then he grew, and from there he just dominated.
Mike, what were you doing last week when you found out David made his second All-Star game?
I believe I was at work. I was talking with Dave, and he was telling me that, you know, they may hear soon, and I always had high hopes that it would happen, and when I heard it again, I was just ecstatic for him.
Mike, you're a two-time cancer survivor. Kind of take us back to 2006 when you first learned that you had contracted cancer.
In 2006, I actually had graduated from University of Missouri Columbia in late 2005. Early 2006 is kind of when I first noticed, you know, something just wasn't right. So I went into the doctor, and sure enough, it could have been a handful of things, and it turned out to be testicular cancer. From then, I stayed on top of it. I went through 2 major surgeries to remove the tumor, and then some preventative stuff. And they felt that they had gotten all of it. So that was my first bout with it. And then, you know, after that, you go through the motions of checking up, and they consider you cured within 5 years. But in my case,
right,
5 years came around, and that's when the second reoccurrence happened.
And David was with you every step of the way.
Yeah, David came and visited me in the hospital. He was supportive. Obviously, he was busy with everything, but again, you know, a good friend, and how long we've been friends, you know, he's always there, no matter if we don't talk for a week or 2.
Cancer is one of those things, David, that, you know, the world kind of stops whether you have an NBA game or not.
Right.
And it's your best friend.
Yeah, no question. I mean, I don't think I know of anybody that hasn't either dealt with it themselves or dealt with a friend or a family member that they've had to talk to about cancer or deal with having the disease, and having it hit so close to home. You know, I've had family members also pass away from it, so you know, it was really, really tough, and it was our first friend that had kind of had anything that they've dealt with like that, and so it was just, you know, me trying to help Mike any way I could, and oftentimes there's no answers to the questions, you know, that he has to deal with, and so it was difficult, but you know, he's always kept a positive attitude, and it inspires me and the rest of our friends, knowing that we have daily challenges we go through. Everybody does, but the fact that he had some difficult things, you know, that were a lot more important than what we've been dealing with, and he kept a positive attitude was very inspiring.
How much did that mean to you to have him there, not David Lee, the NBA player, but David just by your bedside and with you the whole time?
It was great. I mean, it's always good to have family and friends, even though they may not understand what you're going through. Just being there and being there, you know, pick up the phone to talk, that means a lot. I've never really seen David as, you know, David the NBA player. I've known him since he was just David, when I could give him trouble and not, you know, people aren't like, whoa,
he's not
allowed
to give me any trouble anymore. We've taken that out of our friendship. So.
Well, I still kind of do, but again, it was always just been David, you know, so I kind of see past that because we've been friends for such a long time.
So what was that like for you to be by his bedside? You're healthy and vibrant, and here's your friend just going through this.
Well, it was tough, and once again, you know, he was very good at not always showing how bad he was feeling. Even during the second bout where he started chemotherapy and things like that, and the more intensive treatments, he still was, you know, same old Mike. And once again, that's very inspiring because, you know, I've seen a lot of other people go through it where, you know, or things similar to that where it ruins. Seems like every single day they're upset, and rightfully so. But it's amazing to see somebody keep a positive attitude, and it meant a lot to me to see him do that.
2011 hits. You find out it's back. You begin together with the help of your family to start Us Against Cancer. Tell us about that maturation process, how that all came about.
In 2011. Early 2011, I was going back for my 5th-year checkup when they were supposed to say, you're good to go, you know, see you later. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. I was diagnosed again with the same disease. There's about less than, I believe, 1% chance of reoccurrence in this case. So long story short, did the same 2 procedures that I had the first time, but after they did the biopsy, it was, I would say, more bad news. They noticed that it was a different type of cancer. It was more aggressive. So since after the second surgery, they took out lymph nodes, basically. And based on the number of traces of cancer they found in those, they felt it was necessary to do chemotherapy. And the surgeries were fine for me, but that was probably one of the hardest things.
So you guys started Us Against Cancer with the help of your family. You donate $250 for every win to the Siteman Center in St. Louis. It's not just mean something because it's your friend, it's something you believe in.
Well, yeah, and I can't take credit for any starting of the foundation. Mike's done an unbelievable job, and it's really nice to see somebody that's been through a tough experience and isn't just thinking of himself. He's thinking of other people that are going through the same thing, other people that may not have the means to pay for treatments, or the means, and there's a lot of different steps in research and stuff that can still be done with so many people being affected by the disease. So it's great to see somebody stepping outside of, oh, I'm upset, I had to deal with this, and instead thinking of others that are in the same situation. And so my pledge to Mike this year when he came to me and said he was starting this was that every single Warriors victory, I didn't want to make it an individual thing, I wanted to make it a team thing. Every single Warriors victory, I'm going to donate $250 to the charity. And I mean, I might have chosen a lower number, but I would have known we were going to win so many games. But it's been great so far. It's been a good partnership. So, he's not only excited that the Warriors are winning because he watches every game anyways, but also excited that it's going to help a great cause. And it's been another way for us to connect as friends and to fight against the good cause together.
David, you do so many things throughout the season with NBA Cares and the community that go unnoticed. Why shine a spotlight on this particular charity?
Yeah, no question, and also something that hits so close to home because Mike has gone out of his way, even when he was recovering from his chemotherapy, is when he really came up with the idea, and like I said, he's not worried about himself. He's worried about starting something. So I always am a person that's going to support my friends and my family when they come up with a great idea and come up with something that they're passionate about. So that's one of the reasons I decided to help, and I think this summer we've talked about doing some different things in St. Louis to raise awareness and to help the charity. So everything's going to a great cause, and I'm just really happy to be a part of it.
And Mike, you're healthy today, 100% healthy, living a normal life?
I'm healthy today. I go back for checkups every 3 to 6 months, but the signs are looking up. So hopefully they can get to the 5-year mark again with me, and then they can tell me to go on my way.
Well, David, Mike, thanks for sharing your story with us today. And if anyone would like to donate or learn more, go to usagainstcancer.org. Thanks, fellas, for being on Warriors TV.
Thanks for having us.